Hello guys, today I'm going to show you the process to assemble this double-sided shoe rack. It can handle about 60 shoes and it's easy to assemble and to move around any room. Could be on tiles or even on carpet. The box arrived like this as ordered from Amazon, and as you can see the unboxing process is pretty easy, just like this is the content as it arrives from the company. The elements are organized in plastic bags as it can be seen here. The first step is taking everything outside the box and organize it on the floor according to the hard copy manual that comes inside the box as well. It is very important to count all the pieces before even trying to assemble, because if something is missing, you're going to lose all your work and time. Organize all the elements on the floor and make sure that everything came in the box. For example, in the plastic bag H, we must have at least 48 screws and one wrench. It is important to verify that we have at least 48. If we have less screws, that's a problem. As you can see, I'm putting all the screws on the floor and I'm counting everything to make sure it's complete. Please verify that you got 4 units for bottom tubes E. You can see that I have an arrow right there showing what makes it different from other pieces. It is like a plastic end. This is the end that I'm talking about. So we need to have 4 of these tubes. Please verify that we have at least 4 top tubes. And as you can see in this arrow, that's different from the previous tubes that I showed before. Now let's verify that we have 22 units for horizontal shelf tube, because they're just like plain tubes, like normal tubes, and we need at least 22 units. Let's verify that we have 2 units for A, that's the top side of the frame. Also verify 2 units for G, that's the horizontal side tubes, and 4 units for the wheels, 2 units of D and 2 units of F, that's the locking wheels. And finally, we have to verify that we have 1 unit for I, that's the mesh for the shelves. You can see that's like a black mesh that's going to be installed in the structure to provide the support to all the shoes. Now that we counted the elements and we know that we have everything we need before assembling, the actual process will start now. Remember to follow the official manual instructions provided by the company. In this video, I'm going to show you the way I assemble it, guided by the same instructions. This is just my personal video about how I build it. You can find my associate's Amazon link in the description of this video to find this exact shoe rack in Amazon, and they will send it in the box exactly as you saw in the beginning of the video. The first step starts by assembling the side frames. This structure has 2 side frames, so we have to repeat this 2 times. So insert the end of the top side frame A into the 2 top tubes C, and then insert the top tube C into both ends of bottom tubes E. Remember that I showed you how to identify the elements at the beginning of the video. If you have questions about the elements, you can always see the manual that comes in the hard copy, or go back in this video and watch the portion where I teach you how to identify each element. Now install the horizontal side tube G between both long tubes, and remember, everything that we're doing here is not tight. We're using the screws, but everything has to be loose. You'll see that the position of horizontal side tube G, that's going to be perpendicular to the frame as I'm showing here. Now, in this moment, I'm repeating these steps to assemble the second frame. This structure has two side frames, so we have to do exactly the same thing. And remember that the horizontal side tube G needs to be pointing to each other when the frames are standing up, which is like perpendicular to the frame. It will make more sense when we start putting these all together. Now we're going to start installing the 22 tubes. We will use screws as shown here, and it is recommended to build this with other person, but in my case I am building it by myself, so that's why I started putting the tubes that are below to give some support to the structure. And normally you would begin the other way, but by putting these tubes below you will have a support to build up down. Now I'm installing the highest tube of the structure. It is important to find the highest point of the mesh as well and put it the way I'm showing here. If you put a different point of the mesh that is not the center, the mesh will not fit the structure. So it is important to find the correct spot of the mesh to install first at the highest tube of the structure. Then everything else is going to fit as I am showing here. I'm putting the tube through the hole that's in the mesh, and then using the screw to secure the tube right there, but I'm leaving them loose. Everything that I'm showing here is loose because that helps me to accommodate the structure. At the end, when everything's complete, I'm going to tighten all the screws with a wrench. But for now, just keep it this way. This part of the video is just showing you the way I did to install the tubes through the net and to secure them using the screws. When we get to the lowest point, that are the first tubes that I installed, I have to take them out and install them again. That's no problem. The idea of putting them first is to provide some foundation to the structure and to allow me to work on everything else while the structure is standing up. Take them out one by one and install them correctly as I'm showing here. This part of the video is to show you how to take them out, pass them through the net, and install them using the screws. This part of the video is intended to help you familiarize with the process of installing the tubes through the net with the screws. This is the lowest tube in the structure, and as you can see, it's attached to the horizontal side tubes G. So that's why I told you at the beginning of the video that's important that they both are perpendicular to the frame, so they face each other. As they're loose, when you install the tube, they're easy to move and they will just accommodate to the proper position. You see that now that's like in the proper position. I am using the wrench to tie the screws hard. Now I'm installing the wheels and they fit into the structure by pressure. So as you can see, I'm putting them all first and then I'm going to push them downwards until I hear a click. The click means that the wheels are secured in the structure. So as you can see, I am back to the top of the structure and I'm tightening all the screws with the wrench. Now the structure is finished. As you can see, it is easy to move on carpet and on tiles. It provides a safe structure for at least 60 shoes. You can see the front view and the side view. This rack is two-sided and it is very comfortable even for small spaces or apartments where you don't have much space to store things. So thank you, I hope that this video was useful. If you liked this video and found it interesting, remember to share it with your friends, your geek friends, your girlfriend, and also remember to check the link in the description of this video, which is my Amazon Associates link. If you want to acquire a shoe rack just like this, they will send it to your front door exactly as I showed at the beginning of the video in the same box. Thank you and have a great day, night, or moment.